Man, if we can't like keep the fake intro and I have to do the professional intro.
Well, you can.
Thank you for joining us. We're in a nondescript coffee shop here in Santa Monica to discuss what is considered now a modern timeless pop classic. Selena Gomez, over the course of 10 years, has been through many challenges and also many triumphs. She finds herself today sitting here with a brand new album called Rare, and we're here to discuss it. Selena, hello.
Hello. That was really impressive.
See, I can do it, I just don't want to. Happy New Year. Happy new decade.
Happy 2020.
How did you feel in the context of knowing that you were starting 2020, really hitting the ground running super fast, like the album's out?
I know.
And it's barely gotten started, and so I suppose in a weird way, that means that you end the year with a sort of really mixed emotions. Like, can you relax knowing that's coming?
I can. I mean, this is 4 years of my life, and I think I'm completely okay with releasing it. But there had always been something that was preventing me or scaring me from doing it. And I'm so glad that I followed that gut instinct, because it's so crazy that every single moment counts, down to literally Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now is out. But we were still like the last day writing music that the song I personally think is gonna be one of our biggest as well. It's just that's the kind of magic that happens. And I know that happens with other artists, but the people I'm surrounded by, it just happens, and I'm so grateful. Plus, the song's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm pretty proud.
And it seems to me like good people were the difference this time. No disrespect to who you worked with before, but it feels like you really chose your collaborators very deliberately on this album.
Yeah. Well, I think my role, thank you. I think my role, has been, I don't want to work with anyone who doesn't want to work with me. I think I just found my group, and I think I'm getting better and better, but I only know that means it's because of the people I'm surrounded by that inspire me, that challenge me. And I think the past few years, or hell, decade if you want, I think I was really kind of hurting, and I think that prevented me from doing a lot more creatively or even content-wise of what I wanted to say. I'm interested, and I was in the studio last night. I was like, I actually just kind of want to keep going, which I never do. Now I get to have more say too when it comes to even putting the music together. I was always so scared to speak up with producers. Now I know most of them so well that I just give them shit. And I'm always just like, well, I don't, I've never done that really before, where to have a conversation, and it was an important experience for me.
Were there times when you were making the record during that 4 years when you were, like you say, in pain, where you wondered whether or not you would ever get another album or body of work out, or that it would take even longer than it has, that you wanted to throw in the towel and maybe just walk away from that process?
Maybe, but I was under a contract. So, maybe. But when I would have those moments, it never lasted. It was almost like I'd have the low moment and then be like, no, fuck it. I gotta keep going. I've got to, now I feel like I need to say something. And then there's a period where I don't have anything to say, and it just would pick up quickly when I needed it to happen.
Who were some of the people that you, aside from your collaborators, the small group of people that you kind of, I suppose, went to say, is this good? Like, am I on the right path? Am I making sense? Am I speaking my truth?
Right.
Is it good enough?
I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't have anyone listen. It needed to be something that I liked.
For you to take on that challenge to a degree yourself whilst going through this challenging time, like that can be, ultimately fulfilling, but at the time, I'm sure there were lonely moments, where you, like you say, that makes the doubt even more kind of prevalent, doesn't it? When you're kind of on your own trying to work out, navigate your way through the static to find some clarity of vision.
Right. I mean, it's safe to say that I was sad. It's like, whatever. But I think to me, it's such a distant thought. I'm not in that place anymore. And I think maybe before I used to lie and say that so that people would get it, but I kind of show everything that I'm feeling in my face.
Yeah.
But it's not even, I can't even go there anymore if I tried. It just doesn't seem like it's a part of me anymore. Any of those ties, soul ties, or mental stuff, everything going on. It's all of it's under control, and this is where I'm going, and I see it very clearly.
So there's a lot of liberation on this record.
Yep.
And even the moments when, you're diving into subject matter to resolve it for yourself, it feels like you're doing so with the purpose of trying to get to a place, a liberated place. And so I wondered, at the end of the process, what did you let go of? What did you no longer need in your life once you'd kind of been through this process of writing this album and getting out the other side?
Well, I definitely had to get probably the most toxic thing out of my life first. Then it started becoming being a bit more vocal. I am naturally a people pleaser, so it's just more kind of saying, no, this isn't what I'm going to do. I started noticing, people were putting, that were like setting up sessions, it seemed like favors or something. It kind of got confusing for me.